Morning, everybody. All right, we're going to do 3 grappling skills that you can do alone. Ideally, you have something you can punch on a little, but if you don't worry about it. We'll throw that down for later. All right, so grappling is one of the tougher things to do by yourself, but if you're looking for something else to work on, there are definitely good grappling skills you do without anybody else. All right, the first one is called a bridge, and this is when you want to escape a mount. Comes in handy a lot in grappling, being able to raise somebody else's body weight up off of the ground so you can move them where you want them to be. So I'm down on the ground and I'm gonna imagine this bad guy on top of me, gonna bump him with my hips and roll him over. Now there's a lot of different ways to do this, but we're just talking about the bridge part. Watch my feet. If my feet are out even a little, when my hips come up, they won't come up very far. See that? That's about as high as I can get them. But if I pull these heels in to my bottom really, really tight, now when I bridge, check it out. Boom, and my hips come way up, that body weight is way up, and then I'll be able to roll it. All right, so as you bridge up, when you get to the top of your bridge, I want you to start to look back over one shoulder to the corner of the room. And what that'll do is that'll help you to keep your bridge and roll at the same time. Notice that I'm starting to roll and my hip does not drop, right? My hip stays up, I come over, boom, and I've reversed the position. All right, so let's go ahead and work on, why don't we make this little workout right now, and we'll do, not too tough, but how about just 5 good bridges with a roll in each direction. All right, with me? Let's go. We're here. Heels tight, ready, bridge, look out to the left and over, and back, let's do that again, bridge, look out and over. You could make it more one motion once you're good at it, right? Just go over here, green, boom, 4, one more time, bridging up, boom, and, you know, nice and dirty. From a fitness perspective, the bridge is really good for you too because you're working on your, kind of activating your glutes and making sure that those biggest, strongest muscles in your body really firing and strong. So that's kind of a double duty thing there as self-defense and a fitness thing. All right, I want you to do your 5 on the other side. Go pause and take care of that. This is really more instructional for right now, so you can do your other 5. But let me get into the next skill. So the next skill is shrimping. Shrimping is another skill you need on the bottom. Somebody is trying to mount you or has you mounted to some degree, whether it's like a half mount or a side mount. You can go ahead and shrimp out of that position with the goal being to kick your opponent away or to wrap your legs around them and do the guard. This one's a little bit harder to visualize. Watch. I'm here, I've got that opponent across my side or maybe starting to mount me. And what you kind of feel like doing, your feelings say turn away from your opponent. But that's the worst thing you can do. What you need to do is turn toward your opponent. And the part that needs to go away is your butt. So if you guys are my bad guy, what I'm going to do is turn toward you with my chest. So I'm getting on one side, and I'm getting ready to take this leg that's close to you and lay it down. And notice that with this other foot, I'm pushing my hip away. So I'm like this. And when my knee comes to my elbow, I'm making that curled up shape of a shrimp, and that's why they call this shrimping. So this creates space, right? Here you were right next to me, I had no room to move, but when I kick my hip out this way, now I've got all this room to work with, and I can bring my leg through there and wrap you up again. All right, if you had fully mounted me, I would need to shrimp out on both sides. So I find a little space, I do my original shrimp, I get that leg free, But now this foot goes down and I kick my hips the other way. And notice that as I do this, I'm actually moving across the floor going backwards. All right, so let's do a little more shrimping. We're going to shrimp all the way across the floor. I'm going to be upside down style for you guys. Okay, we're here and go. We shrimp, hips to the left and back up. Now your right foot's going to help you kick your right hip this way. Shrimp, bring your left knee to your left elbow, and then come back up. Now your left knee is up. Now you're going to push with that leg and kick your hip back. And now your right knee is up. And when you get this, you can use that as a nice warm-up exercise for your grappling, the shrimping move. Can't live without it if you want to be a good grappler. All right, last thing. I get my squishy pillow, my karate pad, whatever I got. I'm going to put it on the ground. Now we're on top. Okay? And we're going to work on our striking. We've got our knees up high and our opponent's underarms. Our kind of home position is here. Got our weight down, but we're looking for opportunities to sit up and to strike. So what you're going to work on is coming up, throwing some strikes, and then coming back down into this base again. And you can even kind of move around with your target. Imagine you got a squirrely bad guy here, but you're picking your spot to strike. Notice I'm not punching. Prefer palms. If you got, it could just be my weenie wrists here, but I never prefer to punch. I always feel like that's going to turn my wrist. So I'm going to palm. If you have giant wrists, then maybe you punch. You can also drop elbows in this position. So from flat, I'm sneaking in the elbow, sneaking in the punch, sneaking in the palm, doing a little movement. Okay, so to review, you got your 3 skills. You want to be able to bridge very high and go over either shoulder. You want to be able to shrimp away from your opponent, wrap them up. You want to be able to stay on top, rain down some destruction from above. There are your 3 grappling skills, guys. Have a great day.